So yeah, everything is alright. How are you all? Welcome back to a new video. Sorry, live. In this live session, we are actually talking about how to maintain focus while you are studying. This is a very brutal problem, and I also suffer when I was study and in those time, in today actually, I suffer about this problem, which is maintaining focus while studying. Because whenever we are sit and do study, like we have homework to done, we have exams tomorrow, or we have anything, we have actually something to actually accomplish, and it's actually about study. Whenever we are sitting on our desk and doing study, our friends brains feel very processed, like it overthinks sometimes, it distracted sometimes, it feels very overwhelmed and burned out. So today's in this video, we are discussing about why it's happened. Why it's actually why our brain actually jump to another topics, topic by topic, overthink every single thing when we are just sitting to focus on our study. So many students want success, but keep getting distracted. Like a student in class 9 and class 10 doesn't have those inspiration and dream to become a doctor, engineer, or a lawyer. He just studied because of his parent, because his parent expected a good result, a good future, and he has to also improve his life, and he has just one way, which is doing study. That's why he is constantly doing study. But one thing will have friction in between his study, between his and his study, and the thing is distraction. So how much time it happened with you there? You are just sit to focus on a study. Like you said to yourself, yes, I will focus on study. I will just focus. I will just sit. After 6 hours, I accomplished all of my study. I complete all of my study, and you sit on your desk. And after we just need a 5 minute of break. And in those break, we are actually watching Instagram reels and watching the Instagram reels and YouTube videos. So how much time it happens with you? You just take 5 minute breaks to actually recover your focus, and at the end of the break, you are actually on a YouTube search how ants are actually build their houses. How much time it happened with you? It also happened with me, because many times when I actually said to my brain and fool my brain by saying that yes, I just take break to recover my focus, and end up doing something very funny. So this is happened because our brain is actually playing mind games with our own. Your brain trick you in three steps, and the first step is dream. Like you need to study because you want a better grade in exams, and you want to be proud of your parent, make your parent proud, prove everybody wrongs, and want to improve your life. That's why you are dreaming. You are like in those phrase, you watch many motivational videos like podcast, YouTube videos, Instagram shorts. You watch many types of motivational stuff. And after you sit on your desk, you say to yourself, yes, I see many videos. Now I will just study for 6 hours. And you actually sit on your desk and have those goals to actually study for 6 hours and complete all of your homeworks. But then the second trick will happen, where you actually study for 5 to 10 minutes, and your brain constantly say you there, yes, we need just break. We need break to actually recover our focus, and then we can actually study. But in those 5 minutes, you actually destroy all over your study plan of which is you from in just before 5 minutes, and you plan that you are actually studying for 6 hours. But after those 5 to 10 minute break, your brain feels very cool because you have distraction. You have many distraction like Instagram, YouTube, and after you seeing those reel, or you see one YouTube video, you feel very overwhelmed. You say that why it's happened actually with me. I don't understand why it's actually constantly happened with me. And then the second trick will actually happen with your mind. You feel very regret. Your mind show you some regretted point, like you are actually wasting your life. Your mind will say you like this, like after wasting all of your days by on your distraction and wasting your time before going to sleep, you actually feel very overwhelmed and burnout. You constantly say to your brain that yes, I'm a loser. And I said to myself that I study for 6 hours, but what I will do, I just waste all of my time. I doesn't actually commit what I doesn't actually accomplish what I commit to myself. And this is how you lose all of your self-respect. And it constantly happen the day before, the next day, tomorrow, and the day before tomorrow. So it actually makes a loop. You see that? So that's how we are actually trapped in a loop, and we doesn't actually focus on our actual study. So let's give you a story so you can understand it better. So there was a girl named, suppose she's name she's name is Sarah. Let's suppose a girl, she's name is Sarah. And Sarah was a girl who is actually studied in class 10. And in class 10 board exam, he unfortunately, very sadly, very sadly, grade 60 marks. He has 60% in his board exam. His parents are very sad. They are crying, and their relatives are coming at their home and taunt Sarah and say to their parents and insulting them by saying that's the actual reason why we say that there is nothing you can get to actually graduate your daughter. You have to just set a merit for your daughter, find a better boy who is actually taking the girl's responsibility. But is it actually wrong? This relatives don't actually hurt Sarah from his heart. That's why he said, and she's always sad and crying, and she said a goal. Yes, I will actually improve. I will change myself for my parents, for myself, for my self-respect, and for improving my life. I will prove all of the relatives wrong. And that's how she was actually, that's how after 2 years in his 12th board exam, he scored 96%. Every relatives are shocked. Every single person are shocked. Every single person in his school and actually his teacher are very shocked. His teacher questioning her how an average student actually scored 96% and top all of the college. So what is the differences between those class 10 Sarah and class 12 Sarah? So class 10 Sarah is very distracted every single day. She also know that she has to study to actually improve their life, to make her parent proud. But she don't have one thing that class 12 Sarah actually have. And thing is, class 12 Sarah actually know his why. So, so basically, the lesson from this story which you learn is you have to know what is your why. So, how to identify why? We are a question. So, there are many types of why. It can be your why. It can be anything about your why. Like like your why can be you need to be your parents proud. You want to see their proud face when you actually score 96%, 99% on your exams. You want to prove all of the relatives wrong who are actually taunt you for your for your worst grade. You want to improve your life actually. That's why it can be your why. So first you have to know that what is your why. And there are three scientific system. If you include them, if you master these three scientific solution, you can actually focus on your study for 6 to 9 hours a day. And I also accomplish doing study every single day, because nowadays I have two tuition teacher. I have to go to school, and I have to actually making content like this. So I have a very busy schedule all of the day, all of the time. And that's how I will actually manage all of the thing, and also making contents. This is another thing that I don't have audience right now, but I will have one day. my hard work and effort are actually paid off one day. That's why I know that and I believe in myself. That's why I actually made these types of content and giving you constant value. So that's the off topic. Back to the topic. Become a topper at your college or school. And I will guarantee you, because it is a very searchable and a very researchable three scientific step which we are talking in this live. So the first and the biggest important powerful step to actually focus on study is the starting part. You have to actually control your starting part to study for 6 to 7 hours in a day, because those 10 minutes 20 minutes actually matter the most. Like, you know that you have to study, but if you constantly scrolling on Instagram and actually don't able to sit on your don't able to sit on your desk, how going to actually study for 6 to 7 hours? So here's come a very important step of this step of this and the solution of how to actually sit on our desk and doing and starting our study. Because after you are sitting on your desk and actually able to start your study, all of the 99% work actually happen, and your brain not giving you those signal to actually scroll and lying on your bed watching how ants are actually made houses. So not like that. That's why this is the most important step, and the step name is the 10-minute rules. Yes, I know that if you watch my yesterday live, I also share it in those live session. And the topic of our yesterday's live is how to get rid of all of the addiction you have. So that's why this is the most important solution of this problem, the 10-minute rule. If you don't know what is the 10-minute rule, actually you don't know because you are just a beginner and you want to know. That's why you are actually watching this video. So basically this 10-minute rule is where you just where you are actually sat on your desk and you constantly having a message on your mind, which is, yes, I just sit on my desk and I just study for 10 minutes without any types of distraction, like without any types of phone, without any types of scrolling on Instagram, without watching any types of video like how ants are actually build houses. Not anyone, not each of them. You just have to sit and study for 10 minutes. So first give me 1 minute. Yeah, back to the topic. The 10-minute rules is the starting part, which if you actually able to accomplish all over your 6 to 7 hour study goal is actually accomplished very easily. Because the hard part is actually sit on our desk and actually open our book and actually flip our book. So this is the most important part. Don't miss this. And if you're actually watching right now without feeling bored, that means you are actually serious about your life. So go to the channel and click the subscribe button right now and comment yes I watch, so that I can understand you are actually watching till now. So the second step, and is also actually very important, because after those 10-minute rules, this is the most important part. And the name of this step to solution is stop regret. So why I said this point in part two in solution two, because this is the most important part. Like after you are able to sit on your desk and you actually study, but you are not actually studied for whatever you are aiming for. Like suppose you are aiming for study for six like you are aiming to study for 6 hours, but you actually accomplish doing study, but you are actually able to do study for 4 hours at any reason. Don't feel any types of regret, and don't always be negative about yourself, because yesterday you were just study for 1 to 2 hours, but now you are actually able to study for 4 hours. This is your perfect way. So don't just regret about this small thing, and actually you need to stop negative thought, Stop negative talking with yourself. You are actually fried your brain by constantly having those negative thoughts in your mind, like these types of thought, like I am a loser, I am a stubborn, I am an ass, whatever these types of negative thinking. Stop this type of thinking, because this is very important. We choose perfection over progress. Like we need perfection at everything. Like when we set a goal to study 6 hours, we need that 6 hour. Without those 6 hours, we feel very empty from our brain, from our mind, and from our heart. That's why don't chase perfection. You are actually progressing overload. Just like we are doing in gym. Like in gym, what we are doing. This is your first day, and what you are doing on gym. You are just doing your warm up and just starting lifting with 5 kgs. You are doing bench presses with 5 kg, then 10 kg, then 20, then 50, and one day there comes that you are actually bench press with 120 kg and 180 kg. So this is what we call progressing to overload. You have to also do it in your study. Like today, you are just study for 1 hour, then tomorrow 2 hour, then day after tomorrow 5 hour. That's how you are progressively overload every single day. That's how your brain is actually able to capture all of the things you study, and it doesn't feel burnout, and it feel very anxious, exhausted, and stressed when we are actually do everything at once, and we want to actually combine all of the thing and doing 6 hours study session at day one. So don't do the same mistake. If you constantly do that, you will actually destroy your whole study session. And the third solution is control your social media. This is the most important part. So hear it with your all of the attention. Because if you watch till right now, this is the and actually accomplish and able to do whatever I say before this point. But you are actually doing this mistake and can't solve it. So all of the thing are actually going to be a waste. And the thing is control social media. So nowadays, in this generation, in 2026, social media is a very biggest distraction which we have, because we have a very easy to access dopamine in our social media in the form of mobile phone. We actually scroll every single thing, and we have a model pic, we have a sexy pic, we have a sexualized pic, and we actually addicted to those things, and it will actually destroy all of your focus. And sometimes I also do this. I compare my lowest to someone highest. Like I see many influencers who are actually buying iPhone by their income, and I compare my lowest with their highest, because now I just actually wanted to improve and I practice constantly. But but those who are actually buying iPhone at 16 17 years, I doesn't actually believe them right now, because I don't know the truth behind their camera. How they are actually how they're actually making those money. Is it actually their money or their parents' money, or is it their actually is it their actual income, or any types of, like, whatever, that very bad way to income. So you have to control your social media in order to save your focus and actually put those focus on your study. So here's the final message. Your future is decided. Your future is decided by what you do today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. Today, you have to be present. You have to do your study, and if you do your study right now, you feel very happy tomorrow, and that's how you're actually making a positive outcomes from your life. So don't waste your lives like that. So remember, this is the short summary of our lives. I don't know how much it is, 10 minute, 20 minute, 50 minute, but this is the whole summary of today's life. You have to find your why. You have to actually implement 10-minute rules on your life to actually start your study. You have to actually stop regretting and stop chasing perfection, and you have to control your social media. So this is the fourth step. Sorry, I see. give you a gesture. But this is the first step which you actually, if you actually implement in your life, you are actually being able to focus 100x better than yesterday. So yeah, that's it for this video. I will see you in another video of this journey. Start small, but start from today. Take care, take action. Goodbye, everyone.